Hello everyone, this is Ninja_Guy_12 here, bringing you a match in the XS Gundam, or the Extraordinary Superior Gundam. Before we continue, if you guys want to know the colors that I used for this, it's basically based off the Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu / Amatsu Mina, because both of them technically kind of have a similar color scheme. Though I like the Amatsu Mina more, so I tried to getting as close to that color scheme as I possibly could, but I mean, you could go with either one, honestly. So obviously, if you guys want to, use these colors for yourself, you can ask me what they are in the comment section down below, or on my Discord server. Link to that's in the description. And if you want to make any GB02 request videos this month, you could also ask me on my Discord server. So, the XS Gundam, or the Extraordinary Superior Gundam, whatever one you want to call it with, is a 650 General at level 1. Until we get to 700 cost, there probably won't be a level 2 for a while. And basically, I don't understand what the fuck GB2 Studios did, what they did to this suit. Because technically, at least from what I could recall, this thing is technically supposed to be a space-only mobile suit, but yet it could also be used on ground, and it also doesn't have space specialization either. So, my question is, what the fuck? I mean, if you're gonna make it work on ground, give it space specialization. If you're not gonna make it for ground use, obviously also give it space specialization, but not giving it space specialization for what was supposed to be a space-only mobile suit makes absolutely zero fucking sense, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's kind of my first major gripe here. I'll talk about the other thing that kind of upsets me about the XS in a bit, but we gotta talk about the weapons. So, first off, in terms of its weapons, of course, its most iconic one would probably be the Beam Smart Gun. Basically, uncharged, it kind of acts like a beam machine gun. You get basically, it's a 3-round burst with an uncharged shot. Though, considering how much, I guess, like, energy the rifle takes, you can only get, like, 2 bursts, with the second burst only giving you 2 shots before it overheats. So yeah, I don't understand that either. So if there was one thing I would hope they would do, is buff it so that it could actually shoot maybe more than just 5 shots uncharged for the fucking gun overheats. But that's just my opinion. Then fully charged, it does piercing, but it overheats the gun, which I honestly really don't like that, considering the XS is mostly built for range, and so losing out on your Beam Smart Gun, which is kind of supposed to be your primary damage dealer, makes no fucking sense. What is it? Other weapons include a Beam Saber, of course, which it should have 2, so kind of wish it could dual wield the Beam Sabers, but unfortunately, no, you just don't. It also has basically it has a total of 6 beam cannons, 2 small beam cannons that are basically side skirts, similar to the Zeta Plus C1 and A1, and then you also have the 4 beam cannons that are on the backpack, which, they do pretty good. The cannon, or the ones on the backpack will stagger. The ones that are on the side skirts don't stagger, but they do pretty decent damage. What else here? Yeah, of course, you also have the incoms, which is another kind of notable thing. It has the head incom, which I think is probably the worst thing about it, because it really doesn't have good tracking most of the time, and it does not really that much damage. So I think the best thing BB Studios could do is buff the tracking on it, because it is sometimes incredibly difficult to actually hit people with the normal incom. The reflector incom, on the other hand, is a little bit better in a kind of regard. But still, the reflector incom is still pretty fun. It does actually knock people out of transformations, which I'll showcase earlier or later on this video. Like the Hammurabi gets immediately like knocked out of the transformation when you hit people with the reflector incom attack, so that's quite nice. Though I do have the unfortunate luck of sometimes just having the reflector incom either doing no damage because it looked like it would hit the target but it didn't actually hit the target, or it just decided to hit a wall. So I really wish the reflector incom actually had better consistency. But it does do a lot of damage, so that's probably why they have it the way they have it. But that's about it. And then his final weapon is pretty much a boring weapon of just head Vulcans. They're fine, but I almost never use them because there's no fucking point. It does, of course, obviously have the transformation into, I think, G Cruiser mode. That does have a beam spark gun. It doesn't take nearly as long to charge, but you can still overheat it when you fully charge it. And then you can also use the beam cannons in your transformation, but you can only use it once before they overheat, so I don't really bother with the transformation very much, because I only really use it just to get to the front lines faster. And of course it also has Alice, which only just gives you a temporary speed buff. I really wish they would give it something else, maybe a little bit better defense, because that's probably my main, or like, the reason why I really don't like using the excess very much. For some reason, even though I have level 3 anti-ballistic and anti-beam armor and some melee resistance, I still get easily killed. I mean, even with the high amount of HP that it does have, you still get pretty crushed quite easily. Obviously, focus fire, yeah, but even just 1v1s, you can still take a lot of damage for no reason. So I don't know if like the damage or like your defense doesn't actually stack or anything, but it's really kind of bullshit that, you know, literally I take so much damage even though I have pretty good defense. Like I have like, I think almost like 30 in every category, and yet I still get killed really quick, even in 1v1s. So yeah, but its melee resistance is quite terrible, so you might want to put some parts on that if you are going to be getting close quarters combat with the excess, which you really shouldn't do because this thing isn't really built for melee. It's built for range. So basically it's best to either play mid or long range, just so you don't get immediately destroyed, and you can also help out your fellow supports. Because this thing is really good at killing raids with its high range DPS. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and commentary, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.
Here's your rewards from this battle.